Hello, everybody. Welcome to another drunken edition of Cardboard and Cold Ones. My name is Sammy Thunder.
And I'm Jason, everyday card collector.
And we celebrate another live stream where we raise our glasses and cheers to the legends that have graced cardboard.
Absolutely. Cheers to everybody.
Oh. And from the thumbnail is, you guys could probably tell who our special guest is, but let me mention that his collection is explosive in many ways, and this theme tonight of what we're doing is going to blow your minds. It's going to just oddball. This is all Jason's idea, by the way, and so
and I'm the one guy who has nothing.
But let's bring him in. Aaron from Value Vintage Cards. What's up, man?
Hey, super thrilled to be here with you guys. This is awesome. So
how are you, sir?
Yeah, excellent. I feel like you tossed me a layup because this is definitely my favorite subject. So thank you. Much appreciated.
No problem at all. We figured, as this was rolling through my head and I thought of oddballs, you're the first person I thought of. I'm like, this is perfect. Sammy has been climbing the ladder on just banger cards, and you've been there for a while from what I've seen. And, it's just you had to be on. I know we were talking earlier and I kind of laughed. I consider myself a small channel and you're a smaller channel, but you're already growing past me. Why don't you tell everybody how you started and what you've got cooking?
Good Lord, you didn't prep for these questions. I'm trying to think how I even started. I basically set up the channel maybe a month before Strongsville, just thinking like maybe I'll do this at some point. And honestly, it was just like this. I mean, we were sitting here just kind of having a beer at Strongsville talking to you. And actually, Sammy was over there too. We were talking about the, Tom Seaver postcard rookie and stuff. So some different things. But,
oh, yeah.
Just talking about it and kind of seeing faces you feel like you knew because you were, watching and commenting and admiring what folks are doing and sharing. So you just said, just get out there, whatever you got. If you got a couple of cool cards or just, want to chat it up, just get out there. Community's awesome. And so as soon as I got back from Strongsville, I did. I recorded my first video and said, this is what I got from Strongsville. And so it's been a blast.
Awesome. The community's fantastic, as you can tell. Everybody supports each other. And I just think I've said it 1,000 times. It'll enhance your hobby experience tenfold. And doing stuff like this, we're a bunch of old men drinking beer and talking about baseball cards. How cool is that? So,
I mean, you guys can speak about the old man thing. I mean, that's maybe you guys. Me,
I mean, you're over 30. You're old now. It's all downhill after 30.
I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30, so I guess you're right.
Yeah. 30 to 60 is kind of that next tier, right? We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Well, Sam, you kick it off. I don't know who wants to go first. What your plans were? I'll let you roll with it.
Okay. So I'll start off light. I want to kind of build it up. So we're going to go with this 1986 Baseball Cards magazine card. And it's from my understanding, this set was designed to celebrate different various sets from the Golden Age days. And I saw this at a County Center card show in White Plains, one of the big shows that they host. And it was sitting there for $5, and I said, absolutely, let's do it. Hang on, I got to figure how this works. Okay, that works. This is the Doc Gooden 86 card that celebrates the 51 Connie Mack All-Stars card. And Doc Gooden is one of my favorite pitchers and during my lifetime. And I thought it was just a cool looking card. It has some information on the back. And from my understanding, different All-Stars were celebrated in different sets variations. So, it's just a cool looking card. And I want to start off that way.
No, very cool. That's kind of up my alley. So I know both you and Aaron's collection, and you guys have some amazing quote unquote oddball stuff. I do not. So my stuff is going to lean all towards that kind of realm. But I'll go, and then I'll go, and then I'll let Aaron kick off because you guys will be the superstars here. So mine's from the same year, Sammy. Mine's from 1986. I believe this was a regional issue. Growing up as a kid, I remember seeing them. Being in the Chicago area, it was White Sox. I'm a White Sox fan, and I remember seeing the White Sox and the Cubs. And it is the Jay's Potato Chips, 1986 collector edition cards. So there's Ozzie Guillen, and obviously you can see they didn't have the licensing, therefore no logos on the hat. Stats on the back for the year prior. So pretty cool. I also have, which I figured you would like, Sammy. I've also got the Tom Seaver.
Wrong team though.
Yeah, wrong team, but kind of airbrushed out, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I've got the Seaver, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I had the Harold Baines. And last year, before I started the channel, we've told the story several times. I was giving gifts out at the National when I was just lurking, and I thought I tried to find something that John Mangini wouldn't have, and I picked out my Harold Baines out of this and gave him the Jay's Potato Chips Harold Baines. So I don't even know. I'm pretty certain I gave it to him. I don't even know if he remembers it or not, but I'll have to ask him when I see him. But yeah, so that's it. Regional issue, which I believe to be regional. Jay's Potato Chips. There's my Seaver and Ozzie Guillen.
Nice combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, blow us away, man.
Very, very cool. Oh my gosh. Nah, well, I was pulling a little bit of everything because I didn't know how crazy you guys wanted to go, but just to keep the Chicago bond, I'll go strong with that and share with you guys a couple of these nice little post Ryan Sandbergs.
Absolutely.
Curve that. So not so much regional, not so much super even oddball, but it's actually stuff I picked up when I was probably in my 40s because I probably wanted it when I was a kid and never saw it. So airbrush, no logo, but playing second base when I was 10 in Little League. I mean, come on, you had to be Ryan Sandberg, right? So
sure. Yeah. And fairly inexpensive stuff, even now, right? Like everything, like you guys, and in all seriousness, you guys are going to show some really big cards. I don't have any oddball big card stuff, but I have a ton of very inexpensive stuff, which is part of the fun of collecting as well, you know. So I'll let you guys hit the homers, and I'll hit the single.
Value is really just in the eye of the beholder. So
exactly right. Exactly right.
I'm going to go basketball for a second in honor of Andrew. I don't think he's here tonight, but I'm going to show this one. And I had this card since I was a kid. I must have picked it up. I must have ripped it in the magazine, I guess. I don't know. But it's a Larry Bird Sports Illustrated for Kids card.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. And I went through my mom's basement, found it in a box, and I was like, "Yep, you got it, sleeve and top load that guy." And I forgot. Let me see, what year is this from? It doesn't say. I want to say it's probably like, I don't know, 90 maybe 89. I mean, this is when he had the mop on his head, so it must have been like maybe it was a photo that was taken in the mid 80s, but printed on there. So
yeah, he's cleaner there. In the early 80s, he's really got the mop. In the early to mid 80s.
Yeah,
that's clean. That's almost clean cut mullet.
Yeah, then he cut his hair and his back went bad, and
right.
Just not the same bird anymore.
Do you collect him in general, Sammy, or just a certain amount? I know you collect bird. Do you have a bunch of bird cards, or just like base run stuff? And
so yeah, I have the 81, 82 tops. Actually, he's right there.
Right.
I have the rookie, the Magic and Bird and Julius.
Right.
And then from there, I think I have a couple of the star cards. I don't have the star 84 where he's shooting like from 3 from behind the arc. The 86 Fleer I have, but that outside of that, I mean the 87 Fleer and where he's like, where he looks pissed off that Rambus is like hovering around him.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I think I've sold those, but like I'll keep the 81, 82. I'll keep the rookie, and I don't think I'll happy. This is probably my favorite bird card, though. I love the solo card.
Well, that's the gateway, right? That was the gateway back into the hobby and
his first
solo card. So that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's a story for another day.
So if we're going different sports, then I guess I'll show these next. I got a few of them. It's from the same set. This is from the McDonald's contest that they ran, and I'm sure you've seen them. Other people have shown them. I'm sure Mangini has shown them. This is where the McDonald's contest in 1986, and this happens to be 85-86 was the Bears Super Bowl run. So you can see on the bottom was a tab that you would tear off for the contest. And actually the tab came in different colors. And I know certain colors designate a higher price than other colors. All the ones I have are already torn off. But, this was the greatest team in Chicago Bears history, in my opinion, and my favorite team football-wise of all time. So this is my Walter Payton. and I got a bunch. There's my Mike Singletary.
Nice.
Here is my William Refrigerator Perry.
WrestleMania Will.
That's right. Keith Van Horn, Hall of Famer.
Nice.
Van Horn.
Actually, I have his autograph as well.
I thought he played for the Nets.
He did, actually. He was the other one. Richard Dent, have his autograph as well. He was him and this next guy were my two favorite Bears players aside from Walter and Otis Wilson. I also have his autograph as well. So cool stats, little write up. You can see there's coloring on the back. I've had these since probably 86. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, but just some oddball stuff. That is my oddball realm. Stuff like that, and I absolutely love it.
Very,
All right,
cool.
Aaron.
Very cool.
Blow us away.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm scattering here. I'm going to go with something. At least I'll go other sport. I'm jumping a little bit older, so
Go for it.
Bring it back into the 80s. But this thing was one.
Yeah, man.
You guys said regional. You said food. I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's right there for me. Let me see if I can get
Yeah,
some better
The
image.
light is really hitting it hard.
I know. Let me get.
There you
go.
go. That's
There you go.
good. That's good,
Sounds
man.
better.
That's good.
better.
Yep, much better.
All right.
that looks awesome. Yeah, that's a great grade too. My gosh.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I think that is one that Mangini showed, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is that thing?" So I went out and found it. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome.
that's just cool. Yeah, so stick with the Chicago theme. I'm Chicago it up so far. So
Yeah, I know. I got to look at some stuff. Well, I've got some more, kind of, sort of. I got some more that even falls in the realm of more to where you grew up. So
nice.
All right. So this I found at a flea market for $5. I thought, it's a team photo, and it's Bill Russell's last photo taken with the team. It's a Celtics team photo. You have Havlicek. You got a bunch of Hall of Famers on here. I think you have. I want to say no. Dave Cowens is not there yet. So you have Havlicek. You got Sam Jones.
Casey Jones, right? He's gonna be
Casey. So, but you got Russell right here. So I mean that's pretty sweet. Red Auerbach.
That is cool as heck. For $5?
Yeah, and I love the little Boston Celtics thing on the bottom. Boston Celtics Basketball Club.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Don Nelson as well, Hall of Fame. I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame coach or player, but maybe both, maybe one.
I'm pretty certain coach. I'm pretty certain he's in as coach. So
yeah, and I swear I will go back into baseball. I know everybody hates basketball.
No, I love it. So I'm should I go into? I got a football one for later. So this is one that I think most people are familiar with. Anybody my age or up into your age, even Sammy. These were the Slurpee discs.
Oh yeah, man.
That you would get out of your Slurpee, and I've had all of these since I was buying Slurpees. This is what they're similar to the Sport Flicks. So if you move it right now, you'll see Seaver. It's not really coming through. I think there's Carlton.
Yeah.
And then Nolan Ryan kind of.
Oh,
there's
really?
Nolan Ryan.
3.
Yeah. So
That's
this is from
cool.
This is from 1986. Very similar to Sports Flicks. This is actually called lenticular printing for those who don't know. So anytime you see a Sports Flicks like this with those lines where images move into another image, it's called lenticular printing. So I am a nerd in the printing industry, so I thought I'd throw that out there. But this is my 86 triple stars. And then I've got my 92 Biggio action shot and then portrait.
That's nice.
92 Clemens action and portrait.
Do you think before the roids or after the roids?
Well, that was constant roids, right? From probably 88 on. Here's my guy Ozzy.
Oh man,
and portrait Ozzy Smith. That's a 91.
Wizard.
Yep. And then Lee Smith, 87.
He doesn't get a lot of credit. Lee Smith, I think he has more than 400 saves. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, and predominantly in my mind, or maybe it's just because where I grew up, I see him as a Cub. That's how.
Yeah.
What did he go in as? Does anybody know did he go in as a Cub?
I don't know. I probably did if I had to guess.
Yeah, I would think too.
Yeah.
I'm looking up Lee Smith's information here.
I
So
don't
Lee
think you'd
Smith
have to be.
played 7 years with the Cubs. Yeah, he definitely did because every other team he played like 3 or 4 years max, and then just
Sure.
a span of teams for like 1 year contracts.
Okay.
So, yep.
All right.
All right.
Aaron's up.
Okay. Well, boy. All right. So I will stick on the. I'm going to jump back in time a little bit. I'm going to stick on the Slurpee kind of idea. Slurpees are better, but and I'll go back to basketball. So I pulled some ices.
Yeah, those are awesome. I love those.
Some icy bears. So, man, my lighting is atrocious right now. I am sorry. Let's see if I can.
There you
figure it
go.
out.
There you
we
go.
go. I figured it out.
There you go. Yep.
So we got Jerry West,
Rest in
and
peace,
since
Jerry.
you have 3 with your reflections,
Oh, that's sweet.
That is awesome. What year are those, Aaron?
these are 72s.
Okay.
Kareem, and then
Will.
That's cool.
I got Wilt in there too. So yeah, those 3, I got to do it. Yeah, those are
They get
fun.
a little pricey, don't they?
You know what's weird is I feel like they're super condition sensitive. So I want to say like Wilt in an 8 and a 9 is super expensive, but a 7 is, I mean, not free, not cheap, but not crazy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think any of these were massive bucks,
I'll
under
take them in a
100
5.
stuff.
I'd take them in a 5. I'd be good with that. So
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Give me a good 4 or 5. I'm good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Totally agree.
All right, Sammy, are you going to start bringing out the heavy lumber, or are you waiting?
So, considering I literally have a table full of stuff, and I probably won't get a chance to go through all of it, I'm going to stack three of these cards together.
Go for it.
And listen, man, I've become the mister of this set. When people think of me, they think of this set.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Willie Mays Transogram, 1969.
Why did that get an authentic, Sammy?
Because-
Minimum size?
So likely because of the fact that the dotted lines have been completely stripped or mostly stripped.
Okay.
And so if it's been cut to the point where beyond like a perforated lines, then they will give it the dreadful A. I'd actually prefer an A instead of it saying like authentic, minimum size not met.
Right.
Like I wish they go back in time and provide that, or like just provide that option and say like, all right, it's authentic, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Got Tom Terrific, of course. And it's kind of funny because this one, well, you see the dotted lines on the bottom there, so they're present, but this one got a 3. And my favorite of the group,
Gorgeous.
Nolan Ryan. This one was the pricey one. Out of all of them in the set, the Hank Aaron, the Willie Mays, this Willie Mays didn't cost a lot because I knew it was going to be great authentic, but the Nolan Ryan in particular is probably, from my own personal experience, was probably the most expensive one I've purchased so far. But
now, are you considering building on the set itself? Because I know you're mainly player collector.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, if I find a better looking Willie Mays, I may go after it, but I'm not inspired at this point. I'm happy with what I have.
Sure.
And so we will. Yeah, I see Matt saying, "Show some wiener cards, don't it?" We'll get there.
You're going to see plenty of
about?
sausage, Matt, if you need to.
We're gonna get
All
there.
right. I'm going to keep
Not enough
going.
beer yet.
I'm going to go with what we're calling the modern stuff, since you guys are going to be bringing out the heavy lumber. So I got a kick out of these. Much like everybody else in the hobby, I started collecting when I was about 10, 11, and 12. You dip out in high school, and then you kind of go back in. I faded in and out throughout my entire life. And there was a point in time where I wasn't collecting, but my grandmother knew that I loved sports and, had the impression that I was always going to collect. So she would save anything she would get for me. And these 3 came from her, and I get a kick out of it because they also remind me of Greg, Midlife Cards, because I know he was talking about he had a dog that passed away, and a viewer gave him a card, a Sports King, if I'm not mistaken, of a athlete with his dog. And all of these are 1993 milk bones, and they came in the boxes of milk bones, and mine are still in the plastic, so I just have them in the top loader. But these were all from 93. So there's Mark McGuire with his dogs, and then they have a little stat and the name of his dogs on the back. Here's Larry Walker.
Mm.
So you can see in the bottom, you got a little picture of him actually playing versus him sitting on the couch with his dog. And then the last one I grabbed was my Cal Ripken Jr. So fun stuff. This is fun stuff. I love this kind of stuff. This is stuff that you can find. Mostly what I'm showing is you go to any flea market and you're going to find this kind of stuff, and you really can just get it on the cheap and have a blast with it. So that's basically most of my oddball stuff. But
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll let you guys pull the heavy lifting on the big stuff today.
I feel like I'm like it's like playing cards or something like that. I've seen your hand now, so I'm trying to respond in kind.
But at the ace of spades, let's see.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. Then you'd be like, well, that was great, Aaron. Thanks for the 20 minutes. You're done. I've got the box over here waiting to go through. So I'm opting for. I'll stick with the Tom Seaver. The Transagram, I actually did pick that up, but mine's raw, so I've been trying to Seaver it up a little bit too. Man, that thing is.
He does not want to be shown. There you go. A little bit higher.
So yeah, I wanted to try and get the actual label in it because I feel like a lot of folks don't know what these things are even. So milk duds.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys might be familiar, but that's something that like I hadn't seen until last year or two probably. So yeah, 1971 milk duds, Tom Seaver, hand cut, really cool images. So just neat to look at. Some come with the full box.
Yeah, I was actually looking at some online for the full box. I think those are awesome.
Yeah, and that's that perfect 5 and not that expensive.
Right.
Dozens of dollars. So yeah,
they're pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So I'll offer that up.
Well, I know you're May's heavy, Sammy. Maybe that's you're kind of on the hunt for the 58 bazooka on the not the 58, 68. Is it 68 bazooka Seaver?
Seaver. Yeah. That's on the list. We'll go. I'm going to be doing a video shortly on probably on Monday talking about what I'm looking for. But let me switch over here. So, all right, let's go back in time a little bit. I'm just going to show these because I have a whole bunch of. I'm going to show the oversized stuff. Let's do that now. Mathewson time. Let's do some Mathewson stuff. I don't know if this counts as I think it counts as oddball. So this is the first one. Mathewson, the 49 Leaf Premiums.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, this one, the story from I made the trade with Orlando for this. I gave him my Koufax rookie and kicker for this beautiful looking Mathewson Leaf Premiums. And my understanding, if I understand this right, the Leaf Premiums, you would get these when you get to the end of the box that the packs came in, and you could trade them back in, trade in the wrappers or something, and get the.
Well, some of them were at the bottom of the box, if I'm not mistaken.
Something along those lines. I can't remember.
Yeah, whoever purchased like the last pack, you would get the premium. You would get the premium as well then.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you got the I always confused it. S81 silks of the Mathewson. Now this set is pretty magical. It has some of the biggest names. Walter Johnson, I think, is in there. I think Ty Cobb is in there as well. And so I don't really, I've seen these here and there, but not too often. Even at like the Philly show, I might have seen one. You'll probably see one of these at the National, I'm sure. But yeah, this is pretty special. This was probably one of my first oversized Mathewson pieces. And finally, the last one is the team schedule, the Giants team schedule that year from 1913. And they centered their whole marketing around Mathewson, saying Willie made good this year. And the Durham Duplex Razor was, I guess, their big sponsor for the schedule. And if you look close enough, Mathewson endorses them on the bottom. It's obviously not his actual hand. It's not written on there.
Right.
But it's really cool. It's like a clash of two different things: baseball and shaving. So
I don't think I've ever. You've shown that before, Sammy?
Yeah, I've shown this before.
That's awesome. I don't remember seeing that.
Now this is a pop 1, so this is the only one that's been graded.
That is very cool.
Yeah, it's the only example that's known. So, at least, as far as graded, I don't know about raw. I think
right.
what's his name? Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards, was saying that the he's seen him before, but I guess just not graded.
Okay.
So,
I've actually dove into the Leaf Premium with you now, right? And I actually purchased mine from the same person.
oh,
So my first national purchase has been made. I purchased the 49 Leaf Premium Ed Walsh from our good friend
that's fun.
Orlando.
You got the Ed Walsh. You got the Ed Walsh. Did you get the Ed Walsh card at the at Strongsville?
I got the T26 at Strongsville, and now I got the Ed Walsh Premium.
Yeah. You're washed up.
Yes, I was pretty excited about that. So next couple cards, same card I've shown on the channel before. They're from the Arizona Department of Health. So they were just kind of a regional card. And my particular cards happen to be autographed by Joe and I can never Guerrigiola. I am terrible with his last name. This came from what I call the Frank collection. My dad's friend, who he kind of reconnected with, used to cut his hair, was his barber. So based on that, he had about 5 or 6 of these and sent them my way for my collection. And then the one that I'm holding now was written out specifically to Frank. But then he gave him like 4 or 5 that I own with just his autograph on it. And I think these are fantastic. A good looking card. Shiny doesn't bother me. I think it's awesome. And to have his autograph on it is just so cool. And I think a beautiful card. So I figured I'd show those. More regional stuff, if you will.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to keep jumping us back around here. Man, Sammy hit hard with those Matthews. That's awesome. That's big stuff, man. That's big stuff.
Top them. You got it. We know you got it, Aaron.
No. I'm gonna go back to the 70s. I'm gonna go back for like the buck bin kind of thing. Not quite buck bin.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I figured you're gonna overlap at some point.
Yeah, we got to have some of that stuff, right?
Yeah,
some Buckmans, and then just to keep it in that era.
Oh,
I thought this thing was cool. I've got a Seaver on the way, actually, but it's a Pepsi 77, 76, I think.
Oh, man, I gotta grab this one thing. Gotta keep going.
You got one of those?
I got something similar, but keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm popping those out, and then since I got a quick second, I'll toss in the 69 Nabisco.
I'm looking for.
Oh, that's cool.
I am looking for that one. That's a cool piece.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You got that right, Sammy?
I don't have that one, no.
No. Okay.
No, I'll be looking for one. I mean, I don't think they go for crazy money as far as I remember. You could probably get one for like what, $30-$40 maybe.
Like a raw. I don't remember. I mean, yeah, it's a 4, so it's not. Again, I never do 8s and 9s and stuff, so I don't. Yeah, it was dozens of dollars, nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like the Nabisco. The Nabisco cards are cool.
Yeah,
and it shows him in the mid, in the mid motion. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely cool for that era for sure.
Dan and I are going to be fighting for one, but I imagine there's going to be a bunch.
Yeah.
It's not super. I mean, I don't think it's like not everyone's going to have one, but yeah, they'll be out there.
No, but yeah, I've seen them. I remember seeing a bunch in Strongsville. I saw, or a couple of them in Strongsville, and I'm sure the National will kind of.
And it was 69. You said, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay. I just got to jot all this down in my head, so when I'm out there looking, I need to improve on my oddball game. You know what? I got to be honest with you guys. I love collecting the mainstream stuff, and I have so much of it that I want that I haven't even begun to dive into the oddball realm. So
let's see. Where am I going to go now? I have a whole desk of goodies here. All right. We're going to go back in time. I'm going to show 2 of these at once because they're from the same set. So hang on a second. I'm just going to I'm reorganizing my setup here. Okay. So the first one, 1954 New York Journal American.
Yeah.
Monty Irvin. They slipped these into the paper. If you were a subscriber to the paper, then you would get this and you can win some money if you're lucky.
God, is that thing clean? That is so clean.
And put it right next to Willie Mays. Now I'm selling this Monty Irvin, by the way, so I'm just showing it here. But I think maybe if I have enough space, I'll bring it with me. But yeah, this is the real ticket right here. This one I got at the Philly show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That thing's a big deal, right? I've seen a few of those. I think I've got a bear on the way, but that's a big deal card right there, or item maybe at
Yeah,
this
you
point.
know, I mean, it's a big card, um, and what was it? The cool thing about this set is that you could, it has the big names: Jackie, Mantle, Mays, you know, Duke Snyder. I want to say it has Pee Wee Reese.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, the list goes on. So
Yeah,
That's awesome. That thing is awesome, Sammy.
yeah,
yeah.
Big guns are coming out.
slowly,
So
slowly.
I'm gonna stick with the cheap and the fun. What I'm gonna show now is from 1990, and I believe it's a collegiate college set that was regional. This particular region might even be closer to home as far as where Aaron grew up. But I am until I had family members going to other schools. I was a diehard Notre Dame fan. So again, my wife does a lot of antique shopping, and when she does, she'll occasionally go to an antique shop and find some cards. And she picked these up for me not that long ago. So it's from 1990 collegiate set, Notre Dame set. There was 100 cards in the set, and there's Joe Montana,
Yeah.
and of course I'm going to show this guy, one of my Bears, Dave Durison,
Nice.
and then Rocky Blyer. And all from 1990. And on the extremely, extremely cheap, you can get this stuff. So I just, I'll eat this up all day long. It's stuff I love. You know, it's top loaded, and I'm. This is the oddball way for me, the inexpensive way. I love it. So.
Is Sean Astin in the set?
You know what? I gotta look it up. I have the check. Oh yeah, Sean Astin. Yeah, Rudy might be in the set. He's in the set, but he's actually the fat hobbit when he's in the set. Or he's the guy from Encino Man. That's his
Oh
guy.
yeah.
You know, I forgot actually, but while Aaron goes, I forgot one thing that I want to get. I've got a table here, but I'm gonna step away and grab one more thing, guys. So you go ahead and go, Aaron.
Yeah, good call. I'm going Dodgers anyway, so nothing you want to miss.
Oh, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll triple it up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've gotten into those, but
See, Jason's missing some magic right now, man. That's the what is, I forget the bell, bell.
yeah, Bell brand. Let me
Bell
see if
brand.
it's
That's right.
better for me. Yeah, there we go. So I got 62, 61,
That's pretty sweet.
and 60.
Which one do you like the most?
You know, that's a tough call. I kind of lean towards 61, and probably because my 60 is a 2 and this one's a 5, and it looks nice and clean and crisp, and yeah, I'm a fan of that.
It's
How
just
about you?
just Koufax looks like he's like his arms are hanging in like a meat at a butcher shop or something.
Yeah,
Kind of hanging there like a But the other one, like what was it? The 62 was the one where he's been in his wind up.
Yeah.
Awesome image. You did a video on that, didn't you? I thought you did a video on that card.
I don't know if I have yet. I don't know.
Someone did a video on that card.
Luke is asking if you have the 58 Bell brand Koufax.
I wish. Yeah, no, that's big time stuff there. No.
Yeah, Dan was showing his. Yeah, that's why he's mentioned. Dan was showing his on our live stream a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Dan has one in a 1. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cool cards. Yeah, and they're in between. They're not cheap, but they're not crazy either. So.
All right. So let's see. I gotta pick a group of cards here. So I have 3 Seavers. The one I always call Seaver face. He has the face of just either he looks stoned and pleased and happy, but pure Seaver face. This is from 1970 or 71 Mets team issued card, and it came in this envelope, and it showed all the names. And this was I bought this from a guy who came up to my table, and he gave me a bunch of it's always kind of cool to buy items that were from the initial collector, and they weren't passed down over time. So it came in this cool envelope. But I decided to top load the Seaver because Seaver's my guy. So Seaver, Milton Bradley card from 1969.
That's cool. That's
This
cool.
one, I'm gonna try to find a better one. This one was pretty creased up, and or there's like some wrinkles on it. Can't really tell because my camera sucks. But actually, maybe you can tell now. But right over there. Anyway, I got this for like $5 at a bargain bin box, but I might try to find a better one. And this one I got from this one. What is this? The Kellogg's card from 1969, I think, or no, 1970. This one's
Yeah.
really looking.
Yeah.
It's not cracked yet. Hopefully it doesn't crack.
Yeah, 70's the baseball in the upper corner.
Oh, what's wrong with my camera? Come on, man. Pay good money for this camera. I'm gonna leave it here until it focuses. We might be here for a while.
Love it.
All right, I'll switch over to Jason. I got to refill my beer.
Yeah, no worries. I'm actually going to go regional again. So as I've said 3 or 4 times already, because I'm redundant as heck, a lot of my stuff is inexpensive. And this, again, was probably at a local flea market, but not local to Chicago. I had a buddy who lived in St. Louis, and he knows I'm a Cardinals fan. So he picked up a bunch of stuff at a antique shop or a flea market, and I've had them for years. Worked with him probably 15 years ago, and have a bunch of them. And what they are is they're cards from the Kansas City Life Insurance Company, but I believe they were given out by firemen and policemen, and they are all of the Cardinals. So this happens to be a 1992 Ozzie Smith, and there's several different years. So there's the actual Red Bird, or their Fred Bird, the mascot. Obviously, this is a little later, Mark McGuire. And then we've got, I don't know why I grabbed him, but I got a Todd Worrell. So I just felt the need to grab Todd Worrell.
He was good for about 3 years. That's cool.
Right. And then lastly, another Ozzie Smith, who was my guy. So, So again, regional stuff. Very cool, very inexpensive. But
say no to what?
Say no to drugs, of course.
I figured. I thought it'd be like some sort of dare card.
We've actually had that on, I think on the Joe card. What was it? Can kickers know smokeless tobacco does not mean harmless. So this is the note to tobacco on the back of these cards.
Nice.
Kick the habit. And for the record, if you don't know, I chew tobacco, so that's a direct shot at me, I guess. So.
You didn't learn your lesson.
I didn't learn my lesson, unfortunately.
All right, Aaron.
Good stuff. I'll just do 2 this time. I don't know if that call me a slacker, but I'll finish off my Koufax stuff. So this one, I just assume everybody was gonna, when you say food, and I don't even know if that classifies as oddball anymore. I feel like there's so many of them out there, but
I feel like it does though. Still, food release. I know there's a lot of them, but I think they're awesome.
Yeah. I've got several. I pulled several. I want to get like a 62 Maris just to see the home runs on there and stuff like that. That's
exactly.
Cool. And here's talking about the Koufax images. This one, when I first found it, I thought it was gonna be like postcard size. So I was actually kind of thrilled it's a normal card size, but 1960 Morel Meats.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. What is it? What's this set called?
Morel Meats.
Yeah. Okay. There's I think it's that's pretty sweet. It's 1960.
Yeah, I love that image.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. That's a favorite. So
sneaky cool.
Those 2. That I think that caps out my Koufax stuff, and
that's it. Yeah. That's all the Koufax you have.
That's all I pulled. I'll go dig more. I mean, I got something. If you're challenging me, I'll look.
Let's see where we're gonna go next. All right, man. We're gonna come back forward into the 70s a little bit. I think this is all the ones I have. Yeah, this is the one. Or this is the ones I'm going to show. All right, 1977. This is the worst Willie Mays card possible.
I am buying that just because I haven't seen that.
The 1977 Sportscasters Willie
I know the
Mays.
set. I haven't seen that though.
But what bothers me, I mean, listen, I'm all for him being in a Mets uniform here, or but like this is post retirement, and I'm thinking like, come on, man, you gotta find like the basket catch, celebrate that.
Right.
Don't like, what are you doing to the poor man? Like, come on. There's
He's
only like 4 or 5 years after he retired, you have to find the worst photo of him. Like there must. I swear they were in a rush. They were in a rush when they chose this photograph, and I feel I'm offended. I'm offended.
I'm gonna get that card just to have Willie Mays' face now. You've got Seaver face. That's gonna be my Willie Mays face.
Now, Bill Russell, and I think this was all planned out. Bill Russell wanted to show off his artwork that he had, and also wanted to have the pea coat ready to go. Like that pose is predetermined. He was like, "Sportscaster, you're going to come into my home in Seattle. All right. Well, if you're going to do that, then you're going to have to come to my house, take the photo in person. I'm not doing this any other way. And no playing days picture. Forget that. We're going to stick with what I want."
I feel like he should be holding a pipe and maybe holding a smoking jacket or wearing a smoking jacket instead.
Yeah. Bill Russell was no joke, man. I mean, that guy, listen, Bill Russell is the man. I think he's just, I never watched him play. I was able to go watch Larry Bird play. I was able to, to see that, but obviously never saw Bill Russell. My dad saw him. My grandfather saw him. You can't deny his talent.
Quick story, Sammy. I used to work with a girl by the name of Brianna Jones. And she was the daughter of K.C. Jones, the coach of the Celtics in the 80s, and her godfather was Bill Russell. So she worked locally here in the Chicago area, and I found that out. And she, at one point, and her sister, Brianna's sister, was the assistant for Michael Jordan. So they were all tied into the NBA, and I kept telling I spoke with her on the phone. I didn't work with her directly. I had friends who worked with her directly, and I kept telling them, "You tell her to give me her godfather's autograph, please. I just want one. I just want one."
Yeah.
So if she's out there and listening and remembers, I'm still waiting for your godfather's autograph. So.
Do you think he saw the Willie Mays picture and said, "Not this time, I'm doing this"?
right.
Oh God, it's awful. You should see like the Clemente one is great. The Hank Aaron one is great. Look at the Tom Seaver one, man. Like
that's awesome.
They got the perfect action shot. You got the famous wind up where he follows through, where his knee is pretty much scraping the mound. Like his body went so, it was like a contortionist, man. He was just his body would get so low, which is just how he's able to command his pitches so nicely. And then great shot of the man throwing 108 miles per hour as he claims to. And Jerry, was it Jerry Grote also mentioned that he threw over 100 miles per hour. So, but yeah, these are as far as the sportscasters, they can get them relatively cheap. They're not, they're so common. You can find them all over the place. It's just whether or not dealers want to put them in their display case because they take up so much space.
But they're fun. I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're fun. I have a whole box of them. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've got. I'm going to be 100% transparent on this because I'm dwindling down. You guys have stacks and stacks. I'm dwindling down. I was going through my stuff today, and I'm like, what the heck are these? I didn't even know what these were or that I even owned them. But apparently they're from 1992, and you guys can tell me if I'm assuming it's regional, not to Chicago. Are you familiar with Likes at all?
No.
I looked it up, and I believe they were like a cattle farm, and they make bacon and hot dogs and all sorts. I'm like, what is this? But I figured, I'm like, all right, if I haven't heard of it, I got to whip it out. So there's my Terry Pendleton and my Alejandro Pena Likes from 1992. And I had no idea what this was about.
It was whenever I think of the Braves, I think of what Otis Nixon always batted first.
Yeah.
There was Terry Pendleton. Was he a speedster or no? I can't remember.
Yes.
No,
speedster? He wasn't a speedster?
He was with St. Louis.
Okay.
Not Atlanta time, I think. By Atlanta time, he was 30 and he was a good switch hitter.
So he wasn't Vince Coleman speedster, who was my guy. That was another one who was my guy back in the day, Vince Coleman.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, start to wow us.
Well, that's
People are waiting. Now you guys can. Now I'll let you big hit because all my quote unquote mass production stuff is gone.
oh, come on. Well, I'll put one on your shopping list that I hope is there.
Oh, that's
God,
sweet. That is sweet.
awesome.
Is that the
So,
what's this, that's the
Oh,
that's
awesome.
the
yeah, that's a 79 Hostess. So
Mhm.
man, that is sweet. That is the to me that is the rookie card to find.
That is,
yeah,
it's nicer than it's mass produced, man. It really is. It's awesome.
that was kind of my thought. I feel like when you get into those ones where you're like, who doesn't have an Aussie rookie? You're like, okay, who doesn't? Like let's find something that everyone doesn't have. So that's
Right.
kind of that's always my mindset. And then I'll show one more. I'll jump decades a little bit, and we'll go back to 59. I'll stick with lefties that at least partially played in New York. But that's a cool one that I was able to add. So
Yoo-hoo. Oh man,
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
59 Yoo-hoo, no tab, whatever. That's fine. Yeah.
It's awesome because it's a different image of him. I mean,
Yeah.
so many images of him are, in his motion or his, I know the 53, I think he's holding the ball. That's an awesome image.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? I just love that. And it's still not a big dollar card. I'm trying to find the Barra, so everyone take that off your watch list when it comes up. I'd love to get it, but yeah, that's on the shopping list. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was not familiar with that card. That is cool as heck, Aaron. That is very cool.
That's a fun one. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's jump around a little bit. Okay.
I'm going to stand for a second too. My apologies.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead.
Let's jump to one of my few PSA cards.
Yeah.
The Hires Root Beer issued card. And this one, like the Hires Root Beer issued card, I'm not as big of a fan of this one as I am the test, but I was inspired when I was at the County Center show. I was pretty determined, or not determined, but I was pretty dead set. Yeah, determined, dead set, same thing. I was pretty dead set on not needing to have to buy this one. I was like, I don't really need this one. I have the test one. I'm kind of happy with that. But then Ash had this at his table. He had it, I think, for like $1,100 or something like that. And I bought it for, I don't mind mentioning how much I bought it for. I bought it for $950.
Yeah.
Or he offered $950 on this, and when we were both looking at comps, he actually, the funny thing is, he thought it was a 3 that he was offering me, and then because he thought he had the 3 left, and so when he was looking at comps, he was seeing what they were going for, and he goes, "Well, it's a 4, but I'll go. We'll just stay with the same price." And I was like, "Ash, you're good people, man. Let's do it."
That's awesome. That is awesome. And you know what, Sammy, I love the test. But to have them both, I think, is so cool.
Yeah. We're gonna get around to the test shortly.
Yeah,
we'll get around to it. But yeah, I think it's awesome.
Big stuff. Yeah, that's super cool.
Now we're starting to go big. So now it's out of my realm. So I'll just go with mass-produced stuff that I love.
That's all good, man.
So we're talking. I guess oddball, and everybody knows if you've been watching my channel lately. This is my big kick right now.
Oh, that's oddball, man. Yeah,
they are the 1964 Aurora Visions. I just actually got the Frank Robinson coming my way. So it's a set of 16 from 1964. There were several done as tests in 62, I believe, with variation images. So the Mickey Mantle is a variation image, the Joe Gentile is, and the Rocky Calavito. So I want the 16 set from 64, and then I'm going to get the 3 variations for 19 total. If you guys watch Greg at Midlife Cards, he had a buddy, he texted me, just bought the entire set from 64 for $140. And he actually texted me. And I said, I'm deep enough in it now where I didn't want to purchase it because I'm going to have multiple doubles. But, it's just... very cool. If you guys go online, there's a particular website or a particular YouTube channel that plays every single record. So I know Mark Dodger's card just got the Drysdale. I watched one of his videos, and he was questioning whether or not he was going to punch it or not. And I said, don't punch it. I said, if you need to listen to it, go on to YouTube and listen to it. My goal is all unpunched. But you can see gotten some of the minor guys out of the way. You know, Pete Ward, obviously White Sox fan. So, but I've got my favorite of the two were the Koufax, and actually I didn't even bring it here. The mantle, which I haven't even shown. The mantle is downstairs, separate from the entire set. So
it's on the record player right now.
Yeah.
right. I punched it and I'm scratching the hell out of it. But the mantle I keep aside, and I'm up in the air on if I'm even going to. All of these are in really good shape, and I'm considering grading the mantle and the Koufax and possibly the maze. Actually, I saw the maze online the other night, and you guys know we were talking earlier. I've been fighting this cold. I was half asleep when I saw it. The maze, unpunched, in really good shape, went for like $27 online, and I missed it. So I was kind of bummed about that, but you know, we'll get it again. The maze is the last big guy I need. So,
do you still? I know who was it? Matt that mentioned that he was going to give you the spawn, or
I thought it was Craig. Craig. Yeah,
Craig. Oh, it's Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, I don't know if you still want if you're still interested in the one that I have. If not, completely okay. But if you're gonna go,
so I told Craig. I said, Craig, it's unpunched. He's like, do you still want it? I said, of course I'd take it, but I'm gonna certainly buy it unpunched, Sammy. So if you're, and again, we could talk later, Sam. We were talking offline on this. You don't have to bring that stuff to the national. We can work that out later. You can, I'm not worried. I don't want you to have to lug them, because you had 3 of them that I was interested in.
Yeah, you can figure it out though. Logistics won't be too challenging.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. We'll chat about that before you cruise. So, but if you're carrying a heavy load, I keep forgetting you're flying too. So they're a little bit bigger. So
we'll work it out.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to
blow us away. Yeah.
No. Well, I'm going to respond to the Sportscaster series.
Nice. Gretzky.
Cheap. They're not always cheap. I pulled an Earl autograph. That's still pretty affordable. That's kind of a cool one. Looks like he's going at the umpire, so that's as classic Earl as it gets right there.
That's awesome.
I got 5 to show you.
Oh, wow.
Unitas autograph. That was a fun one.
That is cool.
So I will take that. And then the other 3 are not autographed or anything, but they are the only few that are really expensive. I'm missing one of the expensive guys, but Gretzky alternative rookie.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an alternative.
Yeah, so I mean it's issue 77 to 79. So really, like, this is kind of as rookie as it gets.
I'm sorry, I wasn't sure what you meant. Never mind. Yes, that is the alternative rookie to his tops.
The tops. That's what you meant. Whatever else, but yeah. So that's actually a pretty good dollar one. And then the other ones, Sammy, I feel like we're like clones in terms of like interest. I mean, Seaver, and for basketball, that's my guy.
You want to sell it?
Well, I've got this one's from Italy.
Yeah.
This one's Finnish.
The Finnish one is cheaper, isn't it? Or is it the other way around?
It's what?
Is the Finnish one cheaper than the Italy? Because
I'm not even sure. Technically, Finnish might be because it's actually they label it as 1980. Again, that's PSA doing their thing, but this one's labeled as 77 to 79. But I want to say I paid about the same. This one's a 5. This one's a 7.
Wow. So that one is on my list as well as far as birds go. I know it's also, I don't know if it's on Adam's Splendid Sports Cards list, but because he's a big bird collector as well. But yeah, man, those are sweet. I was waiting for you. As you were saying, like the more expensive cards, I'm thinking I'm waiting for him to throw that one out there.
So they will get pricey because I'm not totally familiar with the sportscasters. Once you start getting obviously the Gretzky, I get it.
Well, Gretzky and Bird. So I mean, Bird, they don't even have him. They talk about him being drafted by the Celtics, but it's Indiana State uniform. So
right,
I mean, that's truly OG rookie. And there is a Magic Johnson too. So these I think were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, but they can get to thousands for sure.
Okay.
So they can get to be pretty pricey. And if the buy it now are out there right now are unfairly priced, but they're in the thousands for sure. So
okay. I think those are awesome. I think that's fantastic.
They're pretty sweet. They are pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Alrighty. Man, I don't know how to follow that one up.
Oh,
He's throwing blows, Sammy. He's throwing
Yes.
blows. I don't have a dog in the fight, so it's between you guys.
I'm gonna save this one for later. Like this doesn't match up nicely, but the Connie Mack All Stars of Christy Mathewson.
nice.
It's a good set, man. This is a good one. There's so many good names in this set. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, I think is in this. Ty Cobb, I think is in it. So I mean, Connie Mack was like, yeah, they probably asked like Tops went to Connie Mack's like, Connie, listen, who would you like to have on this set? Just give me a list of players. And he was just came up with a bunch, and Christy Mathewson was on there because Christy Mathewson is Christy Mathewson. And if you're not familiar with this set, this is a perforated set, and the this is still intact. It got it authentic because somebody decided to put the tape this in. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, why do they put this they put tape on the front and they put it in like an album or something like that? Like you're completely messing up the look of the card. So like I don't understand the logic there. But nevertheless, I was happy to find this at the Philly show. My big thing was not having the perforation completely torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
So to have it still in place is a big deal. So and goes well with the Doc Gooden, which is now buried under a bunch of other cards.
No, now the big hits are coming out. The big hits are coming out. So I'm gonna go. I don't know if this. I guess it constitutes as oddball. You guys, if you've watched my channel, you've seen it on the channel. It's more of a postcard. Again, it came from my dad's friend's collection, and I'm taking it to the National to most likely get it graded. But this is my Mickey Mantle postcard and autographed.
Nice.
So now what I know about it in looking it up, he had a week of dreams. It was a dream camp. And if you spent the money to go to the camp, you got this, you got to play with, you got to go on the field with Mickey and a couple other guys. I think Moose Scowen was there and a few other players. This is pretty common. You'll see it online. It's a common photo of him. So for those who know, he had a restaurant in New York as well.
Yep.
And it's the same photo that he would. It was a postcard with the same photo, but just different copy at the bottom. So this was I did a video on it. A big box came. I didn't expect it. I didn't know it was coming, and this was one of the items that happened to be in it. So pretty amazing stuff. So I guess it's kind of oddball, not theoretically a card, but still an amazing, huge piece for me in my collection. So figured I'd show that one. Yeah, that's like my big boy next to you guys. That's nothing.
Nah, it's all something.
Yeah, exactly right.
Love it. All right. I'm shuffling here. I'm trying to get things grouped, so it's kind of fun. I'll push the limits of oddball at some point here, but let's go with some gum. Bazooka work for you guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was just getting there.
Yeah. Good. Great minds think alike, right?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
I got the 60 of Ernie.
That's pretty sweet.
Just snagged a 60 of Yogi.
You are on the Yogi kick, aren't you, Aaron?
I was going player collector. My collection's either awesome or boring, depending if you like my guys. So, and then this one I believe is a 63. It's ungraded. I'll have to probably send this. I might send this to Joe to the National. I'm not sure, just to get dropped off. But I was able to find a Museo, which was not
awesome.
easy to find. I feel like some of these when you never
get that recently.
Yeah, some of these I see and I'm like I reach out like, hey man, what can you do on the price? And they're like, yeah, pay it. I'm like, okay, yeah, good negotiation. I have like no leverage. I never see the card. Like, okay, I want it.
Right.
So yeah, that's one of those. I think I had to do that, but yeah, a few bazookas to add to that.
That's an awesome piece, Aaron. I'm a Museo guy, so I kind of dig that.
Yeah, big time. So.
I wasn't ready to do the bazookas just yet, but I guess I'll follow the leader here on this one. So I want to say this is the 71 bazooka. You guys been a while.
Yeah,
that sounds right. Yep.
I mean, it's cut terribly, but yeah, it's a nice looking maze there.
So what? One touch that or put it, that's awesome. I would that cut
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
No.
Yeah.
And then this is the big one though.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Strongsville.
That was my Strongsville pickup, and then Jason was right there when it happened.
I was trying to ignore you and like it let you just do the deal. You were doing it with William, and
Yeah.
I was actually looking at that at Walsh T206 while you were going at it. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stand here and watch if he buys this.
Yeah, that in the blender is an awesome card. So in a 4, that's phenomenal. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so William had 3 copies of this. He had the 4, he had one in a 3, and then one that was raw. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? I definitely I'm gonna go for the big one. Because I scanned the room for the Stahlmeyer, which wasn't there, so I just pivoted right over to this. And I think I got a nice deal on it.
How was the raw one, Sammy? Was it in decent shape?
Not as nice as the graded ones.
Yeah. Okay.
I was intrigued by it, but he wanted, I think, like $900 for that one.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'll just pay for the graded one. Not take that risk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
all right, so this is semi-oddball. Again, this is my big gun is the Mantle Auto. So I'm gonna step back in time a little bit here. Another gift from my wife, antique shopping. So this isn't falling in the line of cards, but I did see a video recently with one of these being shown, and I think it was Rob, Baseball Time Traveler, was doing a video, and he had shown the Babe Ruth stamp. And with the Ruth stamp, I also have the Gehrig stamp here. So this is a picture that my wife saw in an antique shop, thought I'd like it, and so she purchased it for me. Obviously, I'm going to get it framed when I'm complete with the new card room, which I'm in right now. It's currently still not a card room. But once my youngest goes back to college, this will be my card room, and I'll get this framed. And you can see down below there, we've got the Ruth stamp from the 80s and the Gehrig stamp with a very cool picture of them. So I figured I'd show that bad boy.
That's pretty cool. Stamps don't get a lot of love. They really do need to get. I'm going to be showing a stamp in a little bit, but
very cool. Yeah, you know what? It virtually cost nothing for that. So I look at that going, that's awesome. I can take that all day long.
Yeah, that is awesome. Very, very cool. All right, let's bounce around here. I'll not do the randos just yet. All right. Just because it's a big pile in front of me, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to go cons.
Oh boy.
Nice.
You guys ready for cons?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I know Matt is.
Matt wants to see some sausage. Show me some sausage, Aaron.
You know what's crazy? I have a whole lot of sausage in my collection, if that's okay to say. But it's not. I'm going to be like the first one to be edited on a live here. But, I did pick up 162.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Roberto, so Theo can approve my collection. That's for him. And then I've got a 58 and I've got 2 56s. So this technically would be a second-year Frank 58.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, here goes Blick's cards to the right. Here comes the fire.
And back then you get some write-up on the back and stuff. So yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on a 57 at Strongsville, and I couldn't quite get there. Which is the same as his Topps rookie. I got a 56 Klazuski. Anything
awesome.
where he's doing the gun show pose, that's kind of awesome. So anything with no sleeves is.
He's like, make sure. Hold on, I got to grab more bats.
right.
Yeah. Him and Bill Russell are like, no, we're not just doing a snap picture here. I'm gonna hold on for a second here. Yeah.
I gotta look good.
You said that was 56, Aaron?
That's a 56. Yeah.
That's something that might need to be added to my collection. That photo's awesome.
This next one is brutal and really rare, and I'll get it graded at some point. I mentioned 57 being Frank Robinson's rookie. This is actually a 56 cons.
Wow.
How tough is that to find?
It was. Yeah, whatever the answer is, whatever the positive is, that's it's blank back. So yeah, I'm super loving that.
That is amazing. Look how young he is.
Yeah, he's a little baby.
Yeah,
So,
that's
get as
awesome.
close as I
That is
can.
pretty
Yeah.
sweet. Are you considering ungrading that one, or are you just going to leave it the way it is?
That I mean, I would. I know it's been between cut. I mean, it's got like literally holes in it and stuff. So I mean, it's an A all day long. I guess all that does is it makes it easier to display and proves it's an A. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably grade it for the heck of it. Hope SGC says it's $15.
You collect both though, Aaron, correct? I mean, you have a ton of ungraded stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
to me,
I'm
that's
Frankenstein
that's awesome.
Plus, so
Yeah, that's awesome, just as it is.
Yeah, I'm fine with it as it is. I just trying to score 56 was not easy, so I was super thrilled to land that one.
That is very cool.
So Mark mentioned that he bought a Tommy Harper con from Tommy Harper out of the trunk of his car.
That's all. It's another gentleman who has his collection is a little bit of everything. That guy Mark has everything.
Yeah. That is fine. That is awesome. Love that.
The story costs more than the card.
Both are invaluable.
Exactly. Let's see. All right, man. So I'm going to show the rest of the Seavers right now that I have, and I'll build up to the top one that I have. So I'm going to start with the Hostess card. So we got the Hostess 75.
Well, I need to get that. That's cool.
This Alley's card, or the disc, which Aaron showed earlier.
Yep.
I stole it from him. He didn't even realize.
We're close enough. It's possible.
The Globe Imports set.
Yeah.
Of Seaver. It's too small for my camera to even. Oh no, never mind.
There you go.
Yeah.
Someone showed that entire set? Was it Orlando? Someone had that. I thought Orlando showed it on the video.
Could have been Top Super Seaver from 70.
Dang, I should have grabbed. I didn't even grab any of my supers. I should have.
This one's cool because this one I got from Junk Wax Hero. Mike sent this to me. It is the ticket stub of the 1967 game that Tom Seaver pitched in his rookie year.
That's very cool. That is very cool.
He lost. He lost, unfortunately, which is why Mr. Met is crying.
Right, and it's
raining on him. But this one, this is Section 3, Row E, Mezzanine Reserved at Shea Stadium. August 22nd. You can go on Baseball Reference, and they were playing the Phillies that day. So
that's cool.
And the last one, of course.
Very cool.
Yep. The Seaver postcard has I love, and we're doing a whole beer podcast, so we have to have the Rheingold mentioned.
Right.
But this one I picked up off of eBay. I made an offer on, like, it was the Saturday going into a Sunday, and obviously, and I was going to Garfield that day to set up, and Mookie and Pete came by the table. Mookie Chilson, if you're not familiar, but I think everybody here knows Mookie Chilson at this point. Mookie came by the table, and I was just like, I made an offer to this guy. I think I should just do the buy it now. Someone else wants it. Someone else is going to get it. Someone's going to get it before me. and so then I open up my email and I get a notification that says, congratulations, you have purchased blah blah blah. And then my phone alerted me that I am now $700 in debt. But this was being offered for like $1,000. I made an offer of $700.
That's actually a fantastic deal, Sammy. I mean, for all intents and purposes, considered his rookie card, right? I mean, I know.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into semantics, but it's truly is, right, for all intents and purposes.
That's how I kind of look at it. So yeah. So those are my Seavers. I wanted to kind of get through the rest of them as far as I know. So back to you, Jason.
Oh, I'm gonna keep this real simple. So I didn't bring any of my supers. I didn't bring any of my giants. I just kind of left that all to the side, and my desk is tapped out. So this will be a shameless plug. This is a very rare everyday card collector sticker.
Hell yeah,
So
man.
anybody at the National needs to come see me to get one of these, and please say hello. And what I'm gonna do now is let you two heavyweights dig it out from this point on, because you guys have got the big boys, and I know I haven't seen them yet. I don't have any of it, so I'll let you guys go back and forth at this time, because I'd much rather see that than my 90s stuff. So I'll let you guys dig. So it's on Aaron next.
All right. Well, I'll also empty the chamber on the Tom Seaver stuff. So the only thing I have left for him is that thing.
What year is that one? That's the bazooka?
No, that's the
What is that?
1973
Pinup.
Topps pinup.
Oh, that is sweet.
So yeah, that's
That is pretty
supposedly
awesome.
like an unissued, somehow got distributed kind of item. So yeah, there's several. I think all of them go for more than you'd expect, kind of thing. But yeah, I saw the Seaver in a high grade, high quality one, and I was like, yeah, let's do that one.
You know what I saw recently? Someone's trying to sell the Venezuelan stamp of 72 Seaver. You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's trying to sell it for like $3,000.
Yeah, the uncompables are what's so tough. But again, at some point, you're just gouging, trying to hurt people. So
Right.
I'm not sure where that falls. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. The one Venezuelan I own, I didn't even bring that. I didn't think it was rare enough with what you guys were showing. So
yeah, I'm gonna say, if you're going just rare, let me bust out a couple of other weirdos that I picked up.
Let me just sit back and enjoy.
Yes.
This is a Lake to Lake 1960.
That is like crazy looking.
Red Shane
Milwaukee, yeah. So Shane Deist, it's just Braves. I think in 61 they did Packers, but in 60 they did. So there's a Hank Aaron, there's a Warren Spahn. Those are kind of big. This thing was like $20.
Really?
Where is Matt?
Wasn't that his last year? That was his last year, wasn't it?
I would hope. Well, it's so funny. I mean, when you look at him, I would swear he's like 58 years old and coaching, but he's not. I mean, he probably had another season left in him.
Well, I know in 59 there's his base he's with the Braves, but I didn't. Yeah. I think 60's it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. If someone knows his last year, let us know.
You might be right. There's a hole in it, but it actually is. I think that's when you redeem it. It says like punch here. So that's where you're supposed to punch the hole. So there's actually, when I looked at like PSA, they grade them and they've got unpunched and punched basically as different classifications. So kind of cool. And
yeah,
pick it up. The Spawn.
So they'll still grade the punch. It's just a classification. They'll still give it a number then. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And then I'll show you guys one more that I also grabbed. And I'll be honest, I got this because when Jason sent me a text and said, come on, let's talk oddball and food issues. I literally found a Blue Jacket video where he just talks about like 50s hot dog cards. How do you do that for half an hour? That's amazing. Dude knows everything. He's amazing.
Yes.
I think I know what you're about to show. Oh, that is super. Yeah, I love that set. Is so cool.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous. Nellie Fox. So
yeah, absolutely awesome.
Where's the tobacco?
Yeah, he's gotta have a big chew in his mouth.
I'm wondering. Yeah, he has a normal mouth in that one, so that's maybe, I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, now those are all punch outs, right?
See it. You can see it in his face. It's in his mouth already.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think
right.
That set is so awesome. The Frank Robinson, I think, is the one that yeah,
that's the big one because it is 57. So I think there's Frank and Hank, if I remember right, and this one was still not cheap, but I don't know. I feel like I want to play Operation when I look at this.
I'm just annoyed at the fact that not only did you get that because of this, but it was Nellie Fox. Now I need to go out and get it.
Well, and if you're ever out in my area, Nellie Fox Bowling Alley, the one he actually owned after his playing days, is like half an hour away. My dream is to retire and buy that. That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, you had mentioned that in the video. That I know for certain.
Yeah. So that's good stuff.
All right, boys, it's you guys now. Should bring out the big lumber. I'm just a spectator. No one wants to see that.
Going back to Christy Mathewson, 1946-47 Propaganda Montiel.
Yes.
The Cuban set, Christy Mathewson. So I believe in this set, again, they just celebrate big name players. And I want to say that stands, Aaron, you seem like you're a big stand collector. So stands There it is. It's coming up. Coming up. That's the big one. That's the big card. So yeah, but I got this for a nice price, and apparently, like this set, the paper is so thin, it's so delicate. So the fact that this only has like a cigar stain, maybe or something, whatever the hell's going on with this card, I'm okay with that. So there's that one, and then the other Mathewson will show for this round is the Centennial stamp. As I mentioned, I was going to show a stamp.
That's awesome.
And 1939 Centennial stamp, a big time set. This was to celebrate the Hall of Fame. So the big names are in this one. Ty Cobb, you name him. I think Walter Johnson as well. So a cool looking stamp.
Yeah,
one of the
amazing.
few stamps that I have. But I will let you show your Stan Musial right now.
Yes, match it up, Aaron. There we go.
I'll bounce back to I'll show you Stan. It's brutal. They're all brutal.
Oh, look, but that is such a tough card.
It's
so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
That's never going away. Yeah, that's one, and the back's dirty, filthy. But yeah, I will take that, the pre-rookie kind of thing, and then I'll keep in that set. So I actually had one that I did. It was maybe my second video I think ever was my SGC reveal. I had this one raw that I bought and submitted it.
Oh yeah, that's it. The Babe.
They are they're silk. I mean, they will bend in your hand if you hold them. So I figured that was worth getting slabbed, because if I ever dropped it, it would it would go down like a vent or something. It was ridiculous.
A great grade, right? I mean, that's fantastic that you got a grade, that you actually got a number on it. That's fantastic.
It's true. I have an A and a 1, and then I figured if I'm gonna have the Babe, I should get his
Here come the big guns. Now the big guns are coming out.
That's incredible. Awesome. That's incredible.
So good team pictures there. Post playing days, I know that's supposed to be taboo, but I don't mind it when it's
who cares?
Top 50 and super cool. So
yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the whole thing. You get into rarity, right? So in my head, I had always thought post playing day cards are cool. Some of the modern cards I collect now of Maze and those guys, very cool. You get them in shiny and whatnot. When Orlando showed that 49 premium of Walsh, I'm like, holy cow, that is an awesome image, right? It's an image. That image is fantastic. And then he was going on about the rarity, and I'm like, all right, if Orlando's telling me it's rare, it's got to be rare. So I gotta snack this up for what it is. It's perfect for the collection. So
yeah, good stuff.
All right, Sammy, it's on you. You guys are just head to head now.
So the Topps 1969 ruler. This one is the big one from the set. Kareem's rookie year.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to end up getting one of those at the National, Sammy, just so you know. I'm going to end up buying one.
Well, hang tight, because I got a whole box of them.
You're not selling those, though. You're keeping those, right?
I'm keeping these, but...
Yeah.
Yep. Willis Reed, Billy Cunningham, Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl, baby. Gail Goodrich, Jeff Mullins, and Gus Johnson, who looks like he's afraid of the ball. John Havlicek, who looks way too tall. Jerry Lucas, Oscar Robertson. Who else? We're getting to the big guns here in a second. Walt Clyde Frazier, Wes Unseld, Bob Rule, and I think we're getting to the big one here. Yeah, Will Chamberlain, Wes Unseld, Elvin Hayes. I think that's everybody. Yeah.
The Big O's a big gun too, Sammy.
Yeah.
Gun. He's a big gun.
Yeah, I'm missing the Jerry West. But I mean, me being a Celtics fan, I feel like that's sort of taboo to go in that direction.
But he's a legend. He's the logo. You got to.
And then here's the 1985 Prism Jewel of Larry Bird. It's a sticker. And then this is like the packaging that Prism, I guess, supported. And these would come out of vending machines in the 80s.
I've been looking up the Jordan.
The Jordan is expensive.
Yeah, I know, but it's awesome.
Yeah, those are cool. Very cool.
We'll come back to baseball and finish it up. Or at least I will. I don't know about Aaron. Aaron might go all night.
Oh, he could.
Are we trying to finish it up here?
No.
No. You keep going. You keep going.
No. Well, no. I was getting rid of some of these other big ones. So just for odd's sake, just to keep some hockey flowing. So
Yeah, you make Ken's cardboard very happy.
Yeah, Dad's cookies.
Bobby Orr
is my
That is
dude.
crazy cool.
Yeah, I like that. Since you mentioned Jerry West, I like Bird, but I'm not opposed to collecting
All the cons.
the
right?
enemies. So that's 61 cons. I actually purchased that, and while it was being shipped is when he passed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so timing wise was kind of crazy. So it's a pretty recent pickup. And then I will toss in just for representation. I mean, we got stuff like Wheaties that I feel like those are cheap, easy pickups. Yeah,
yes,
I got a
100%.
Barramuseal. Like I said, I'm boring. It's the same old stuff, right?
No, that's awesome.
And then I'll throw in the 53 Johnston cookies. That's kind of cool.
Oh, Craig is drooling over that bad boy.
They just got lazy and kind of like tried to steal 52 tops, which is as close as I can get to a 52 tops, Matthews. But
right.
I thought that was a pretty cool set. So I'll toss that in there.
You don't happen to have, and I gotta ask, Aaron, because I don't think you don't have the Musial Rawlings, do you? From the box.
I have 4 of 6.
That is awesome. That is phenomenal.
I have 4 of 6. Me and Jeannie showed the one I really want, so that's on my if Joe sees it, buy it list. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying.
I think those are awesome. I think they're absolutely awesome.
They are cool. They are very cool.
All right. So I mentioned that this has since been sold. I will be bringing this to the National to the content creator who will go nameless right now because I don't want to steal his thunder when he shows it. No pun intended. And so the Cepeda that I bought has been sold. It is going to another collection, but I figured I'd show it one last time.
Yeah.
Sammy, you could tell everybody you sold it to me for $30. I'm okay with it if you had to.
I've told you that in privacy. This is
sold it 4 times.
Yeah. The 58 San Francisco Call Bulletin, very similar to the New York Journal American. They slip these in. And generally these tabs or the stubs were ripped off, which kind of, in my opinion, kind of ruined the essence of the card. But I mean, how do you know at the time? You just don't.
Right.
So there's that, and I have this. I forgot to show this earlier, but this is a 1971 Mets issue Nolan Ryan print that they gave out, and so. It's a cool looking item. It's not an autograph. Don't get too excited. But I plan on trying. There's one that was issued. I haven't found it yet, but there's one that was issued from his rookie year in '68 that I'm trying to find. So
that's pretty cool though. The 70s pretty slick looking.
Oh yeah, it's very slick. And I'll save the last 3 for my last round. I think everybody can imagine what's going to happen.
All right, what that means, Aaron. Bring out the gun.
Crud,
and I gotta imagine one of these is from. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of them's got to be from July 11th.
Yeah, well, if I'm dwindling here, let me see. I gotta shuffle. I tried to save some guns. I got guns left here.
Fire them all off. We'll keep it on you.
Can I monologue for 2 sets at least?
Absolutely. You do whatever you need to do. Show as many as you want.
Just let me know if I have to refill my beer.
I cracked my second, so go for it, my friend.
I'm still in my first, but it's yeah.
But you have like a 22 or whatever they're called.
Right.
Yeah, this thing's crazy. All right, so I'll go 1950 since we're going oddball and food. Drake's cookies.
I love those. Yeah. I love those.
So we got Campanella. Again, I'm sorry for lacking variety. Picked up a Barra.
Yeah, that's all. Wow, that's clean too, Aaron. That's clean.
Isn't that? I love that image. And the back. I'm a back reader.
Right.
I love the write up of that thing. And then I did have one that was graded a Spawn with that leg kick.
Oh man, look at that!
Super cool.
I absolutely love that set. I love that set. Might have to pick. I was telling you guys earlier, and before we jumped on. The budget's not what I wanted it to be, so maybe it just becomes I buy several cards at a lesser value, and maybe some of those hit the list. Then at that point, those are awesome cards.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll rifle through the Bond bread stuff too.
Take your time.
So, 47 with tape. I was shocked I got that. I threw a bid in on Ted, and I was like, "What? That went through with that? Okay, I'll take it." So it's got tape on it, but oh well, I'm good. And then, not surprising, I landed the Yogi.
Man.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't like that one had tape and the other one was an option, I ended up getting a better grade.
What are you doing with the tape one?
We'll see. I don't know. I'm somewhere between collector and hoarder, but I'd be open to.
Might be a friend who might want to buy that tape one down the road. Just saying.
I'd be open. I'd be open. And then I was really happy I was able to land Stan too.
So awesome. I love that. I love that.
So the bonds came through for me. So that was pretty good. Yeah. So happy with those.
Yes. Very cool stuff, my friend. Very cool.
I will plug your channel for you, Aaron. If you want to see more of Aaron's really cool cards, I'm posting the link to his channel right now in the chat. Please do subscribe. We don't take tips. We just take subscriptions.
That's right. And the reality is,
going so I have something left to show because I feel like I'm running out.
You're not. You've got plenty. I've seen it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, Sammy, you're on. Are you in on your final guns, and then?
No, I'll throw what I have left.
Yeah, right. Here we
go.
It's
like I'm the British in Fort Ticonderoga, and I'm being woken up by the Americans. So this is it was to kind of give a little bit of history because my wife is a historian. There was Ethan Allen of the Green Mountain Boys woke up one of the generals like, "Come on out, you old rat," and I am the rat that is awoken. So I forgot that this kind of slipped by the Globe import to Willie Mays. I forgot to show that one earlier with the Seavers.
Nice.
So there you go. We're starting with that, but let's jump right into the newest acquisition, which was the 58. Call bulletin card of Willie Mays. My camera sucks. Doesn't want to focus. What the? Okay, I'm not going to curse on my own channel. There we go. That's much better. So this was part of that big pickup that I made. I will be submitting this to SGC when I get there. It's a shame that I'm doing on-site.
Yeah, that's
grading.
Yeah.
All right, you guys were waiting on this. The Stahlmeyer 54 Willie Mays, probably the most expensive card that I own at this point. So,
what's the grade on that?
It's a 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I'll be honest with you, Sammy. It's not my favorite, and I know you're going to show my favorite, and I'll point that out. I love it. Don't get me wrong; it's awesome.
Yeah, I like this one. There's a great story. There's a great website that talks about Stahlmeyer and the history of it, as well as this set. And I don't know if it's if the family that owned the company initially created the website, or if it was born out of some super fan. But great set. Obviously, the mantle is the big card, but to me, Mays is the big card. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And the most recent pickup.
There's my favorite. There's my favorite.
Yeah, the
I absolutely love that.
52 Coca-Cola. This one I've been sitting on forever, and I didn't think I'd ever find this. This is the only PSA 1 that exists.
wow.
The other ones that exist are either authentic. There's one on eBay floating around for like $30,000. I can tell you that I did not pay even close to that for this. So I got a nice deal on it, and I figured I'd show, just because I have them right here. This is what started it all. The Laughlin Super Stand Up.
Nice.
Willie Mays. It has some issues, but who cares? You got Bob's autograph on the back.
Nice.
These were distributed at this place called Card Shop in Cooperstown called Baseball Nostalgia, and from Bob directly. And then the Chesterfield cigarettes advertisement from 1952 or 53.
I love the frame on that. That is awesome. I love
Yeah.
that.
This was it was recommended. Mookie recommended the floating frames. That
Yeah,
were so.
which is
Yeah.
perfect.
Really good call.
But that
Yeah.
is it for me.
All right, Aaron, it's your show. This is all. Whatever you got, guns a blazing.
I'll try and leave some of the stuff out. I gotta have something left from my channel that people haven't seen.
Well, show stuff you've already shown before, just in case someone hasn't seen it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I'm blasting through my collection today, but that's my only Stallmeyer. So I do have one, but 53 Rizzuto, not necessarily the same level.
Holy cow!
Exactly. Not the holy cow I remember growing up with Harry Carey, but
Right, exactly. Ours was a drunken stupor.
yes, yeah, he was talking the guy's wife more than the player, but that's okay.
Right.
Go 47. I'm going to go with 3 sets because I have a kind of big card in each one. So 47 Tip Top Kiner, which is kind of his pre-rookie, and then a 47 Tip Top, the real.
Oh man,
Yeah.
The real one that counts.
Gun
there.
blazing.
Yep, here they are.
Yeah, so Berra is legit.
Is Berra your guy? Like, is he one of your guys to collect, or is it just by circumstance?
He's probably number 3. And honestly, this I didn't count, but I pulled it because it's a food card. But this is my number 1 guy, it's George Sisler.
Yes, right.
What year? What year is that from?
This is 1916, so that's considered like one of his rookie cards.
What's the name of that set?
It's a Ferguson Bakery.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's fun. But I didn't want to pull Sisler because everything of his would be like oddball and all food because it's all old. But yeah, Musial's probably my 2, and then Berra's probably my 3. So I will let's go to 54. We'll go Wilson Franks. So there's that one's been on the channel before because that was a Strongsville pickup.
Yeah.
I saw a thing just
I'm actually interested in getting the Nelly Fox, Aaron, at the National. Yeah. That might be on my list. So
there's one right now I've kind of negotiated on. There's a BVG 2.5 that's a really fair price.
Online?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna. If you're looking at it, I'm not gonna.
No, I mean, if I don't get it, you can get it. At some point I have to stop, right? I also have the Feller from that set, which is a really cool pose. And then the big one from that set.
Yeah, there it is.
What a great shot of him there.
Yeah.
I love how they just really dedicate the card to his swing.
Right, and then throw the flying wieners in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, you got to have the wieners. I mean, listen, product placement, man. Product placement.
Right.
The back is just such a legit real card, though. Like, I just love the fact it looks like a real card. It's not not blank or odd.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll wrap out with Stan. So I did pull one. So fortunately, I have one of the 4 that I have to show you. The Rawlings.
Absolutely love them.
Mark is asking if you have any of the Wilson Meats booklets from 55.
That'd be a no. But I'd love to. Sounds good. I'll start researching. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I'll put it on the list. So that's a blank back. That's nothing too crazy. This one's a fun oddball when you talk about oddball foods. So a 1950 Musial. It's Royal Desserts.
Deceptively expensive. Those are a little pricey, actually, aren't they?
They're not crazy at all. I mean, that's one that when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I can do that. That doesn't take a whole lot of savings.
Okay.
And the last one is the one that, I'm literally wearing a Stan Musial restaurant t-shirt today.
There it is. Big boy.
Yeah. That's
boy.
It's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that thing is fun. So I was definitely glad. I mean, this thing is as beaten as it gets, but from what I can tell, PSA, SGC, there's like 18 of them. So I know there's
I was just going to say, it's fair to say that is super scarce. That is.
20, 25 of them, something like that. So,
yeah.
And I guess as I'm wrapping out, just to dunk home, Stan Musial restaurant stuff. So not quite food issue, but from a food place.
Very cool.
These are super cheap too. You can pick those up for next to nothing. 15, 20 bucks. So fun stuff.
Do you have any Unicorn is saying he has a 59 Venezuelan Musial. Do you have any Venis?
Yeah, I have a lot, actually. Yeah.
I have one, and
I
Aaron
do-
says I have a lot.
I do have that. I have the Musial. I have two Barras from 59. Let me see if I can find my 67s.
Well, I guess if we're gonna go that route, let me open up the trusted case here because I wasn't sure if Vennies were on the were on
I'm
the
not going
table or not.
downstairs for my one Venny. You guys can show them off. I've got one. You guys can fire them off.
So
I wasn't sure either. So yeah.
the Matty Retirado, Venezuelan.
Yep. You got a
Sweet
two. That's a
card.
nice one.
Yeah, no, it's no paper loss or anything on this baby. So
That's not easy.
no, man, that's a tough one. Good set though, fun one.
Great set.
Really good stuff. Yeah.
The big one I know is what, like Koufax, Satchel Paige,
Jackie,
yeah,
Jackie and
Page.
Satchel are big, yeah.
Ruth.
Matty's like a common.
He's a common inner circle Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a common amongst those other guys. Who is this Christy Mathewson you speak of? Who is this guy?
Let's see what else I got. Yeah, I pulled a few. I didn't go too crazy.
Yeah, pulled a few.
59 Venezuelan Spawn. I didn't pull any of the big ones. I just kind of pulled some common guys just to say I had some. But
Bill Dickey?
Yeah, Melot,
That's no
and George
common.
Sisler.
Those aren't common. Those are
I like the Bill
waves,
Dickey.
man.
I like the Bill Dickey a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Venezuelan, it just kind of makes like common cards fun though, like the Tommy John
Yeah.
rookie, a Jim Palmer rookie, even though it's
That's pretty amazing.
destroyed, like those become kind of extra fun. So
Let's grab
Yeah.
that one. All right.
I'm gonna
My last
you're still
one.
pulling.
Mookie
Yeah.
was there for that one.
That's insane, Sammy. That grade is ridiculous. For that.
Uh,
That's absolutely insane.
the Seaver 5.5. Yep.
That is crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That is crazy sharp.
I took a picture and I sent it over to Pat Quinn. I don't know if he saw it or not, but I took a photo and I'd imagine he'd be like, "How's that even possible?" Like I brought all the Venezuelans over.
Right.
So,
Yeah. That's crazy. I want to say I have a crew in like a 5 as well.
the rookie or the 68.
68 Venezuelan. But yeah, I mean, most of them. I have 2 of the Seavers, but it's like a 1 and a 2 or a 1.5
Right.
and something. Yeah, I mean, they're
Do you have a Nolan Ryan?
of course like 6 of them.
No, I don't. Listen, man, you've been showing some crazy good stuff, so I'm not going to be surprised at this point.
Okay, so I have to say it up front. I know you've been pumping Aaron's channel. Aaron is a great human being. And I met him at Strongsville. And I said, Sammy, if we're doing oddball stuff, we need to get him on. I know he's got incredible stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm
man,
so
you're
thrilled
dead
to
right.
see this. This is just
thank
awesome that he's showing all this awesome stuff.
Thank you. No, this is a blast. This is a ton of fun, and yeah, it's fun. It's not about like the big dollar stuff. It's about what's cool and unique. And I mean, Jason, you showed stuff that I've never seen. Like you have sets that,
Right. You know what? And that's part of it. We all know what my channel's name is, Everyday Card Collector. I'm not looking for big hits. I just want to collect and have a good time doing it. And that's part of the fun as well. Don't get me wrong, though. I love seeing the big boy cards. That's awesome. That's fantastic to me. So,
yeah. No, that's a blast. That's a ton of fun. Yeah. You got some crazy big stuff that is, to me, it's cool when you see the 101, the 103, there's just not a lot of those out there. It's not stuff you're going to walk in and see, even at the National, you're not going to see it. You walk into Strongsville. It's funny that Rawlings card was on like one of the 3 on my list for Strongsville. I walked the whole darn thing like 3 times. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
The Musial Rawlings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of cracks me up because I love them, and it doesn't hit my head as being one of the on the list. And I'm like, you know what? That needs to get added to the list. When I'm at that definitely needs to get added. So it's a beautiful card. But again, some of the mass produced or the main sets, the Bowmans and the tops, I still need his 48 Bowman. So to me, that's a priority over the Rollins. So.
Well, I have 2. So next time, keep that on the list till Strongsville next year and we can get together and
Perfect. I can do that. Then I'll get the Rawlings, and then I'll talk to you about the 48.
Yeah. Oh man, we're done. Yeah, that's
All right.
yeah, we can do that. So
All right, guys. Well, it's been a joyous hour and 40 minutes.
Yes,
I've
sir.
run out of cards, and now I have to put them back, which I don't like that. But yeah, so on a serious note, Aaron, again, man, thanks so much for coming, for doing this.
thank
It's a
you.
shame.
Thank
It's a
you.
shame you're not going to be able to come to the national, but I know we're going to bump into each other again. Your channel is taking off like a rocket, and I know that in months to come, we're going to be seeing more amazing stuff from your channel. So we look forward to that.
No, thank you much. Yeah, this was a blast. This is my first time I've ever done a live, so everything else has been recorded and messed up in my own privacy. So I appreciate getting to mess up and be a goofball with you guys tonight. This is a lot of fun. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
I guarantee you're going to be wanted more when you're showing that stuff, Aaron. So
Now, I do want to mention that for next week, we're probably obviously not going to be doing a show, another live stream, because we're going to be at the get together, and you know, we're going to be doing the probably going to be doing the show without a camera live, showing cards off at different tables. That's usually how it goes. So, but we look forward to see, for those that are going to the national, we look forward to seeing you guys. For those that are not, there's going to be a lot of footage, obviously, where you're going to be able to see and kind of engage with things that are going on. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
very cool.
Yeah, you guys have a blast. Find something weird, rare that you'll never see again, and enjoy. Have a beer for me.
Absolutely. We'll have
Will
a couple.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
You as
Thanks,
well.
everyone.